11:30, so we're going to start our press conference now. Izaki, I think you had a few things you wanted to address before.
Hello. You've all been invited here today to discuss the ongoing Kira case. I am the detective known as L. I will not be giving you any other names, as that may result in a similar demise to my ill-fated counterfeiting. Joining me today are my companions, Light and Lisa, hopefully giving you their names.
He has no problem giving you guys our names, but not his.
I'm not convinced you're not Kira, so you're probably fine. Anyways, we have a couple of rules to go over before we can really get this interview started. Housing effect. Please no profanity, as this is a professional environment. We may refuse any question that we deem fit, whether for straying too far from the subject or for potentially jeopardizing the case. And finally, we do reserve the right to question any of you as well. That being said, those are all of our rules. So I guess you guys can ask us questions now.
I also want everyone to know that he wrote that on graph paper for some reason.
Was this or blank paper?
Or just no words on the paper? Did you memorize them?
Maybe.
Then why? What was the point of the paper then?
I thought it made me look cooler.
Okay. Alright, so we're gonna open the floor up to if you guys have any questions about the case. We're really here to help you guys get a better understanding about the efforts being made to catch Kira. It's very important.
Many efforts are being made.
Hello, Kira Task Force. What crime was committed? And what are the details of the crime?
Generally murder.
It's a mass murder.
Who was murdered?
A lot of people. A lot of criminals. They were pretty much all criminals. It seems like they all died mostly of heart attacks.
How long has this been going on?
It's been a couple months. There have been a lot of deaths, including, not limited to criminals. Rizaki is the head of this case.
How long has this been going on, like?
Well, I'm actually not sure on particulars because I joined the case later. So I think that's a question for you, actually.
You joined because you just need so
Yeah, when did you
much
start now?
So I don't know exactly when it started. I have no information on that. I mean, I have information that he gave me, so I think he knows more than I
3
do.
months, 2 weeks, and 4 days.
Okay. So you could have started with that.
I would have thought you longer.
Okay. I think it can move up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good morning. I'm coming to you representing the Kira Commission as number 5
Right.
Mirko.
Yes, I think we've heard of you.
Yes, so as there is an ongoing murder case going on, what measures are being taken to prevent more murders from happening? What are you doing as police department to prevent this from happening even more?
Well, he has me handcuffed to him right now, and he thinks that's a measure to prevent
in the
that.
short term. Unfortunately, it's slightly less effective at this point in time, but I am...
Unfortunately, I'm not the killer, so this is actually doing nothing. We are investigating how it's possible for people to randomly die of heart attacks.
We are also not releasing criminal information on media outlets as much as it used to be.
I'm literally a hero, so like, technically I have more information than you do.
Okay, well what are you doing then?
Obviously this is my division. We have our own war going on, we have our own thing to do. So this is...
I see.
We got a war going on. Anyway, so what long-term measures are you putting in place? So, because since the handcuffs are short-term, what long-term measures are being taken? Because unless you're going to be handcuffed until you die.
That is certainly an option.
What long-term measures are you taking? I feel like you've kind of like taken a back seat to this, honestly. You seem a little depressed lately too.
I'm always depressed.
Okay.
Let's see. Admittedly, I am honestly only brought in as like counsel. So that is something for the police department. Unfortunately, they were unavailable today, so we got the son instead. Also,
Yeah.
And I'm with light.
Wait, sorry?
I'm with light. Wherever light goes, I'll go.
So really, it's just wherever one of us goes, she goes, because
Yeah, she's here too.
We'll send some of our people to your people.
You know, that would be very helpful. Thank you. That was productive aside from my like a judgmental tone from the heroes. So something you might deal with later. Hi.
Hello. So you folks mentioned that it was mostly criminals that died of the heart attacks.
Yes.
So were these random criminals on the streets, or were they sentenced already by any chance? Maybe like on death row or anything?
They were broadcast in TV. Most of the one that dies.
they were already convicted. A lot of them were on death row, or they at least were publicly claimed to have crimes committed.
I see.
Yes.
So since the work was already done, would you agree that that kind of helped save tax dollars? Since,
You know, personally, if we're getting into that, I wouldn't disagree with the statement you just made. I don't think a lot of people are taking that into account.
I don't condone murder, but I am interested in where you take light.
That was my whole take, actually. But I think you bring up a really good point.
Awesome. That was all I had. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you
Thank you.
for bringing an alternate perspective.
Hello,
Hello.
I am Ilan from the Leeway Police Task Force, and I was wondering, how can we be sure that none of you guys are Kira?
Oh, we're not sure.
What?
Actually, I have 2 suspects with me right here.
And why isn't Misa handcuffed to the 3 of you then?
Because she goes wherever light goes, so as long as I have one of them. Specifically this one, I have the other one.
I'm pretty sure it's a harassment scheme that he has. I
Also,
haven't been able to prove it yet, though.
I can't. I do have morals. I cannot handcuff myself to a girl.
I think that
Don't
be
handcuff
sexist,
me.
actually. Do you
I
want
disagree with
to
that.
elaborate on that?
Well, let's think about this, shall we? How often are we handcuffed?
Pretty much 24/7.
Pretty much, it is 24/7. Do you think
All
I
the
could
time.
honestly,
I can't even have light for the date.
24/7 handcuff myself to anyone
Without
other
doubt.
than you?
I can't hear you when you both talk at once. I've explained this to both of you. Yeah, so I don't know if that answers your question. You've learned that he's sexist.
One more
I told
question.
Lisa we can go on double dates if she wants. But she cannot
It's okay,
be
it's
also
Okay, you
handcuffed.
really don't need to go on dates at all, actually. You said you had another question.
Yeah. How can we be sure that the 3 of you aren't like all working together as Kira and this is all just some front?
That is a great question. I think it's just as likely that he's Kira than either of us, but
I agree with light.
yeah. And that's a 2 against 1.
Of course you do.
That
Of course.
And
Well, if we're looking at it this way, there are technically 2 Kiras. And I work alone. So,
We're working with you. Light
So
is
1 sexist, 2 trust issues. A lot of information on
I
the
will
world's
deny
greatest
one of those
detective.
and not the other. I will not deny the trust issues.
Okay.
therapists, let y'all wait for you. Anyways, do you guys believe that Kira's in the room with us now? Or one of them?
Is that
I
you?
certainly think so.
Maybe.
Is that an
I
admission?
think you've got another suspect now.
One suspect.
Guilty.
How deep in the police task force is Kira? Question.
Okay, so she might be Kira. We're gonna need to check back on that later.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
As a member of the Akatsuki, should we be worried of Kira because we're girls?
You know, that's a really interesting point. Because see, like they have their faces covered, so
This is true.
that
How
maybe
public
what
are
you're
your names
seeing.
and faces?
Right.
Because at least the first Kira needs both.
Are there pictures of you on the internet? Do you have the internet in whatever way that you've come into this universe?
We're an anime.
Can
from?
Kira kill fictional characters? I've not tested this theory.
You've not tested this theory.
Well, considering he killed a fake L because of being provoked.
I mean, oh, okay, so you would pretend to be a fictional character. So it seems like, it seems like you might be safe. We'll get back to you on that. But I think covering your face is a really good idea. For a lot of reasons, actually.
Again,
Hello.
as a demon slayer, how do you know that Kira isn't just another criminal out there? And
By committing murder, he is a criminal. So technically he's a criminal. You said you were a demon slayer?
Oh
Is
no.
this open possibility that Kira is a demon?
Is there a bird of the demon slayer?
I feel like you would be.
Is there a difference between demons and Shinigami? That's... I think
Probably.
Okay, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I feel like I'm getting more questions about this case than
Yeah,
answers.
now we're gonna have to catch up with you also later to figure some things out.
Source is coming back.
Oh no. And again, she might be Kira, so we might all die at the end of this.
Lucky for you, I left my death note at home. But one question for Light Turner, or like, I'm sorry, watch the movie.
Oh, okay. That's something we all repress.
Yeah, the movie was something else. Anyways, will you take a potato chip and eat it?
I do have a bag of potato chips right here. I think it's gonna stay in the bag for now because whenever I eat potato chips, he gets kind of weird about it. He says it's suspicious.
And here I thought you were just considerate enough not to make a mess.
So I think I won't take a potato chip and eat it. But thank you for the suggestion.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I think that gets too low too. That's more comfortable. Yeah.
Oh,
Or you can take it off. That works too.
I'd rather not.
Okay.
A moment ago, you said you weren't exactly sure how these murders were happening. And then a moment after that, you implied the existence of Shinigami.
Ooh. Are you curious?
Is there a question within that?
I was just asking for an explanation.
Well, it has been implied that there is the existence of Shinigami. It is also possible that this phenomenon is somewhat supernatural. Yes? Hello.
Oh, hi. Oh, sorry. Hello.
I don't know how far I get to look. There we go.
There we are. So, I think someone brought up the issue of maybe not really being sure who Kira could kill. So generally speaking, Kira needs maybe a name and possibly a face to kill someone, right?
It seems like there's been an overlap there.
Oh, okay. So could Kira theoretically kill someone maybe Goku or something like that?
Could Kira theoretically kill Goku?
Yeah.
Well, but I mean, we've had people from anime in this room, so I think anything is. Again, the Shinigami might exist, so I think to answer this question, we're gonna have to assume anything is possible.
With a name and a face, my understanding.
Does Goku? I guess it would depend on if Kira knows Goku's last name.
Does anyone know Goku's last name? I'm sorry, I never watched
This is the question of being able to kill non-human entities, because my understanding is that Goku is not human, he's a Saiyan?
Oh, that's true. Oh, sorry. That's
He's
true.
humanoid.
I think a better question is if he kills him, will he stay dead? I don't know. I think they have a few more seasons they want to make out of this, so.
Crossover season?
At risk of hurting the feelings of Dragon Ball Z fans, I would think Kira can kill Goku.
But he'll come back alive, I guess.
Ooh, hot take. Ooh, also sorry, a follow-up question.
Yes.
So, which of the SPK members would be your guys' favorite? Sorry, I'm sorry, I mean the Japanese investigation force.
I can tell you who my least favorite is. Is that better or worse?
That works.
This is probably gonna I'm gonna have to deal with this later, but I would say my least favorite is Matsuda. I don't think he's really brought anything to this investigation. He asks me a lot of weird questions and keeps telling me I should follow him back on Instagram. Do you have a favorite? You're nicer than I am.
My favorite is Light.
Thank you.
I am hurt, Lisa. I thought we had something.
Oh god.
Friends, your friend Mizuki.
I'll take it. I think I have two favorites. One, Matsuda, because he is dumb yet easy to work with. So I can tell him to do something and he does it without asking questions. Which, while annoying, is useful. The other one is Light's dad.
Okay. Why?
Because I have to say that my favorite is my future father-in-law.
Excuse me?
April Fools. I have been informed by Matsuda, in fact, that this is a tradition.
Wait, Light will marry me, not you.
Light actually hasn't thought about marriage lately. That's something for a future, far in the future for Light, and that's not what this question was about actually. So he doesn't really want to know this.
Okay, thank you for answering my questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm a little bit late to the party. I don't know if anyone asked this question yet. So, has anyone among you in the police task force been suspected of being Kira? Ah, okay, interesting.
Yes. Yes, that's the answer to your question.
He is currently under suspicion.
Okay, and then, do you feel that Kira sees himself as a god? You know, considering
Absolutely.
that? Definitely. Okay. Why do you think he was so quick to kill Lindell Taylor?
He was provoked.
I mean, we can't. We have to really imagine what goes on in the head of a serial killer, and well, I don't know. You seem to think that would happen. So, a person who set that up. Do you have any comments?
Pawns are meant to die.
Okay.
I mean, I guess if you challenge God, you get struck by lightning, right? I mean,
Yeah. If I'm giving my personal answer, I have no idea because again, I don't really know what goes on in the head of a serial killer.
Okay. And then I thought I'd ask, if I'm not mistaken, you are like Yagi, right? Just
Yes.
okay,
Yes.
just double checking. So I understand that your father is chief of the police force, correct?
Yes, he is.
Would you say that he's willing to die for the Kira case, you know, to be solved?
Is this a threat?
No, I'm just curious how dedicated is he?
I would say everyone on the task force is
Willing to give their lives?
aware that there's a possibility that we might not live through this because we are putting ourselves on the front lines. So in a roundabout way to answer your question, yes.
Okay. I don't know, has that ever come to the, I don't know, have you ever had, considering that you were obviously a prime suspect among, you know, the task force, right?
Yes, that is public information now, thank you.
You're welcome.
Has there ever been like a thought of perhaps maybe doing something similar with your father? Like what you guys did with the Lindell Taylor? I mean, you know what I mean?
So this was a threat then, okay.
I'm just
I'm a
saying.
little concerned with how easily you're like, you should kill people.
Well, it's just that, like, if you think about it, you know, if you're all willing to, you know, put your lives on the line for the case to catch Kira, right? If you think about it, if say that we were to put Kira's father in the spotlight on TV saying, I'm going to take you down, Kira, and if he doesn't do anything to his father, perhaps.
I mean, I'm not Kira, so this really would be very counterproductive on the part of whatever news station is broadcasting this.
Would it be something that Ryuzaki would be willing to consider?
You just said he was your favorite task force member, so tread carefully.
I personally do not think it is worth it because I don't think Kira would spare his father. So it would not answer anything for me, and therefore is not beneficial. If anything, I lose somebody who's helping me out.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm kind of new to all this. This case seems pretty wild. So from what I've heard about these Shinigami ghosts,
Yes.
if they are real, would holy water work on them? Because they seem to be quite a problem.
No, that's a really interesting concept.
Like, can you exorcise them?
As I have not personally encountered a Shinigami, I cannot answer this, but I am curious what properties holy water have.
Like, if you were to like walk into a church, could they follow you in, or?
I mean, that kind of gets into the territory of do we believe in God?
Right.
Do you believe in God?
No. But
So you can't just like spray holy water everywhere?
I mean, no one has tried. I think it would be worthwhile to attempt.
Does anybody have a Shinigami?
I don't know.
We sacrifice to this attempt.
I don't know. Half like the people in here could be Shinigami. Gods are a lot different than this world that we're from. So.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
I have absolutely no idea what's going on, but I just wanted to ask. Kira, and then the Kira from JoJo. Stand battle, who would win?
Do you mean me or Kira? Because I'm not Kira.
Who would come out alive?
Can you? I don't see. I wasn't scared of the Dragon Ball Z fans, but I am scared of the JoJo fans. So that's a group I don't want to offend. I don't have to be the only one answering this. Why is it?
He doesn't want to offend because he's in this group. I have sat through so much JoJo because of him, and I paid attention to none of it.
Well, now that I think about it, it's kind of stupid because he literally goes around saying, "My name is Yoshikaki Kira. I'm 33 years old. I live in this side of Wario." You know.
Yeah, and then something about hands that maybe shouldn't be discussed in a
He
family
literally says his
panel.
name, so it would be really easy for you to just.
I assume that. I mean, we don't really know how Kira kills people, but.
Wait, which Kira?
Okay. Well, we don't really know how the Kira that I'm accused of being not the one with the hand thing. That should not be how I address him. But you said a stand battle, so I do think that the Kira we're looking for could probably kill the other Kira. But so if Kira could maybe kill Kira, but could Kira beat Kira in a stand battle?
What?
I think Kira would win. That is my answer.
Good answer.
Thank you.
Okay. It's not really a question, but I think I solved the Kira case.
Please enlighten us.
Okay, have you heard of Genshin Impact?
I know it's a thing she plays on her phone.
Anyways, there's this character, her name is Shinobu, and I think she's Kira because her voice actor's name is Kira. That's it. Have a wonderful day.
It's a pretty solid theory. Thank you.
Hello again.
Hello again.
This is more so a statement for Goru. From my understanding, Shinigami are gods of death, not ghosts or paranormal entities, correct?
I mean, that is what Shinigami means.
Yeah, so holy water wouldn't technically work. But do you believe in the existence of these gods of death or no?
That was quite dramatic.
Do you believe in the existence of gods of death, Mr. Head of the investigation?
Prior to this investigation, I would absolutely say no. However, evidence always comes first, and if there's evidence of it, then I will believe it.
Yeah. Yeah. Prior to this case, and to, I haven't seen a god of death, so I can't really say yes or no. At this point of like people dying of heart attacks randomly, then I'm open to the existence of gods of death? Do you believe in gods of death?
No, if you don't believe, then I don't believe.
Yeah.
Well, hypothetically, if these gods do exist, do you think that they're Kira, or Kira is worshipping or working for the gods of death?
You're saying Kira is a tool from the gods of death? You're saying Kira is a tool from the gods of death?
Yeah, do you think Kira is one of the gods, or like Misa said, a tool?
I mean, if Kira's a god, then we're not going to solve this, are we? And I'm just going to be in handcuffs forever. So I really hope Kira's not a god, because I would really like to be able to walk more than this length away from this man.
Yes, and go on dates with light.
I'm actually okay with the handcuffs right now.
That's all, thank you.
Hello.
Do you think Shinigami like apples?
I have been informed that they do, but how do you know to ask that question?
That's a little bit suspicious.
Got her.
I would also like to follow that with, does everybody else see the flower with a face on it?
What flower? What are you talking about?
You don't count. Be quiet.
How do you know the answer to that? Because you just said that you don't think Shinigami exists.
I think she got you now, so.
I said it was old to me. I never said that I was the one who knew it initially.
Okay, so you're dodging that question then. If Shinigami are real, I'm not really concerned with what fruit that they eat. But sure, maybe Shinigami like apples.
This one's for Elle. If you think light's such a large suspect, why not use a lie detector on him?
Because those are not infallible, and I think he can get past it, because I do admit he is hard to catch.
I would pass a lie detector because I'm not Kira.
Then just get a human lie detector.
Does that exist?
Do you have one of
Sometimes
those?
your heartbeat.
Should we borrow one?
Just travel to the Avatar The Last Airbender universe and you'll find him.
Is that where all the cabbages are from?
Yes.
I feel like I can figure out a universe topic if it is solving this case.
Hello.
I'm Naida.
Could you come a little closer to the mic? Thank you.
I'm Naida. I'm a god of Scenario. If you guys are an animal and one of these, that's it.
So your question was if we were an animal, what animal would we want to be? You also said you're God, so
Are you taking requests or you want to turn us into animals?
oh no. What animal do you want to be?
I want to be a cat.
Okay, I can see that for you. I don't really want to not be human. I could also. Why would I be a snake? Because? Okay. He thinks I'd be a snake. I feel like I'd want to be something smart, like.
A bird?
You know, a bird would be fun. I'd be able to fly away from someone.
You act like they don't have bird handcuffs. Anyways, I would like to be a raven.
Okay, he's also going to be a bird.
Why? I was going to pick that before you picked that. Just saying.
Sure. Why do you want to be a raven?
Because it matches my hair color, they like shiny things, and they are smart.
Okay, he has actual
Or
reasons.
you could be a rat. They eat candy.
You could be a
You
rat.
should not eat
I can
rats.
see you as a rat. And then she's a cat, so I know how that's going to end.
Anyways, rats are notoriously intelligent.
So yeah, so he'll be a rat. I'll be a raven. I'll take that from him. And she'll be a cat.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello again. Alright, I think this is the question that everyone in the room has their mind on. So when's the true crime documentary coming out?
Whenever we are out of here, I guess. I don't know. What exactly is a true crime
you know those things that Matsuda makes you watch, and you say, that's nice, Matsuda, but then you're dissociating and you're thinking about something else?
Okay.
It's that. I've heard they're very popular lately. So I guess the documentary would come out as soon as we can find producers who'd be willing to work with him. Because
you
every
have to solve the case for it to be a true crime case.
Well, no, there could be like the viewer solves it kind of thing.
Or like a cold case.
Yeah. So I guess they'd have to some time would have to pass. Well, I'm sure there's quite a few true crime podcasts about Kira and what's going on.
Alright, whenever it comes out, we'll be looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello. So, as a normal civilian,
yes,
and a father to a family, my daughter Anya and my wife Yor, how can I be sure that my family is safe from Kira and we're not targets?
Well, for one, I wouldn't announce your family's names to a room full of very suspicious people.
I didn't announce my last names.
That is true.
Have you been convicted of any crimes?
Was it?
Have you been convicted of any crimes?
No, of course not.
Currently, at least, you should be safe then, because he does seem to be targeting predominantly criminals. And I have yet to hear of a case in which children are involved, so your daughter certainly should be safe.
Interesting. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
We are doing everything we can to catch her as well.
A donut.
Can I hear your first name and last name? No specific reason.
Yeah, why don't we start on this?
Excuse me, what did I say in my announcement?
He wasn't here for that, so can you have your first and last name?
My name is Elle, and that is all any of you get. Their names, however, you can have.
Quick question, is Santa Claus real? Is the tooth fairy real? Is there a monster in my closet?
I think there is a monster in your closet. I can answer that one.
Alright, well thanks.
Hello.
Afternoon.
I think you can pull it up too. If that's
There we go. Good afternoon. My name is unimportant, but I am part of the cult of Kira.
Oh God.
Now I think your name might be important.
No, it's not important. I'd just like to point out something which is very peculiar to me. I mean, like, I don't know what the laws are in Japan, but like, you can't just chain yourself to a person. Like, that's not legal. Like,
He should keep talking. Yeah. No.
Yeah. No, like you can.
said this was okay.
I don't know how it works in Japan, but like you're in America, you can go right now and get a restraining order.
I mean, he can't.
Yeah, but he can. Like, I know you're part of the police, but like, you're.
I mean, he's technically not part of the police.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, what you're doing is illegal. I just wanna.
Right.
You know.
Which would make you a criminal.
Then I guess it's a good thing Kira doesn't know my name.
Okay.
Good point.
Do you?
Anyways, I have a follow-up question. What's your name, Misa?
Lisa.
Okay, cool. Just a hypothetical. Would you seem to really like lights?
Light.
Yeah, light.
We're very good friends.
Yes, absolutely. Well, so.
He's my boyfriend.
Oh, really? Well, okay. So, hypothetically speaking, would you still be dating if you knew that Light was Kira?
Of course, because...
You don't have to answer that.
Oh, really?
Okay. Because, Kira, well, when I arrived home, some burglar, killed my parents. And it was Kira's, he did it. So if Light is Kira, I would love him more. But he's not Kira though.
Okay.
He's Light.
We're gonna focus on the last thing she said. I mean, so honey, let's not tell people the first part that you said. That's something people don't need to know.
Food for thought. Get that restraining order.
Thank you.
Which one? Hello.
Hey, so Light and Elle, just curious, since you two are handcuffed together, When you shower together, do you scrub each other's backs?
So we don't shower together. I stand outside the curtain, and then he stands outside the curtain. So no. He also doesn't shower frequently. I want everyone to know that. You don't have to know that. I just want you to know that.
I'm busy solving a case.
The donut's giving a thumbs down.
Also, do you wear a bathing suit or you just like let it hang out?
All right, we're gonna draw the line right there.
I'm not gonna answer that question.
So if you were to catch Kira, what would happen to him? What would you do to him?
I mean, that would be up to like
Prosecute him to the full extent of the law.
How many people are part of your investigation team?
That seems like a dangerous information for the public.
It changes every time he really offends someone and they quit.
Is he part of the task? He works for me.
I can count on my hand the amount of people on our team, and that's maybe a problem. Do I have to?
Well, if you count me, then you can't count on one hand.
Okay. A small number of people are a part of our investigation team.
And are you all part of the same department, or do you bring in people internationally?
Well, he was brought in internationally, but everyone else is from the same department.
Okay, thank you.
You're not part of the department.
I mean, I'm not part of the department, but...
Yeah, I have a question for the whole panel.
I'm nervous after your last question.
Please bear that in mind.
This one's PG-13. If you had a magical book that would kill someone if you wrote their name in it, what would you do with it?
Why?
What would you do with it?
Yeah, what would you do?
Oh my gosh,
I'm really interested. What?
Well, I can't throw it away because obviously someone else would pick it up and use it. Is there a way to destroy this magical book?
Could burn it.
Wait, would you use it to solve your cases?
No, that's not solving the case.
To speed it up?
How is that speeding up the case? That's making new cases. That's making me a case.
Well, it's like you could use
That makes you Kira.
Oh, I missed that last part, sorry.
She said that makes you Kira.
But I'm not, so therefore I have not written in a magical book.
No, but this is a hypothetical though. This is a hypothetical. So you have the magical book.
Yes,
And if
my
you kill
answer
people...
was to burn it if that will destroy it.
Okay. Yeah, what he said actually, I would also burn it.
Would you?
Yeah, on record, yeah.
I feel like that on record's important.
I'll also burn it.
Thank you.
You said just like arson.
That is correct.
Hypothetically, if Kira did end up locked up, what precautionary measures would you take to make sure that his followers don't try to break them out?
That is up to the Japanese task force.
I don't think
I solve the case. I'm gone.
So he doesn't really care what happens after. He just wants to solve the case. Personally, as someone who cares about the general populace, that's something I'd be very concerned about. Hopefully, if Kira's caught, they would realize that Kira is not someone to be worshipped, and hopefully they would understand that.
Do you think they're too dangerous to be left alive?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think anyone should. You know, maybe that's not for us to decide.
We're like college students. You should never ask us who should live at night.
I think he honestly doesn't care. And if I answer like anything other than no, he's gonna say that I'm Kira. So
Because
I'm not.
this is a murder mystery game, but there is no mystery. Just a lack of proof.
A lack of proof means that I'm not Kira.
I'm
So thank you.
70% certain that you are Kira.
Okay.
I'm trying to remove my own personal bias from this. How do you know their names?
That's not their real names, right?
I saw it on the Whammy House website.
That's not my
They have a website. Okay. find you later. Not.
It's wendyhouse.co.uk.
Okay, thank you. You didn't answer the question though.
Whichever of them can solve the case, obviously. And if it's not either of them, then it'll be someone else.
So you're gonna make them like compete?
I mean, obviously, no one can fill my shoes. I don't wear shoes. So, if they can work together, but you know, never forbid that happens.
So you choose. So you say both, or okay.
Neither of them are as capable of fighting.
I think one of them is less likely to commit crimes and join the mafia.
That is true.
So that would maybe be where your answer lies.
My answer still lies with whichever of them can solve the case.
Do you know where Kira currently is?
I have suspicions.
We're pretty sure he's in Japan.
I'm pretty sure he's in this room.
Do you know why you think he's in Japan? Or what are the
Because the vast majority of his murders have taken place there, even down to specific districts. Funny how it's your district. Like,
There's a lot of people who live in my district actually. It's like one of the most populated areas of Japan. And I'm just a college student, and I don't kill people.
What made you think Light was automatically Kira?
That's a great question.
It was not automatic. But I have met him.
That sounds like a bias.
Have you met yourself?
I mean, can you meet yourself? That's a
poor phrasing on my part.
Okay. Well, what about me makes you think that I am a serial killer?
Besides how easy you are to provoke in tennis.
Okay, but that's a game you're supposed to like try to win.
You have the vibes.
Apparently, I have the vibes.
Why are you so creepy, Al?
It's my specialty.
It's not something you should own.
Why? It makes me more interesting.
Yeah, another question for the panel.
Yeah.
Have you considered that Kira might be divine justice? That crime rates have gone down significantly and that perhaps he should not be caught?
You know, that's a really interesting perspective.
Have you considered that murder is still a bad thing?
Hey, what?
Divine justice.
Sounds pretty Old Testament to me. Hey, here's back. Did you get some milk for us?
I had another question unrelated to what we're doing. Anyways, when we get bored at my agency, we play in this game called Among Us. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of it.
You would be the imposter.
So you're more sus than me.
So do you guys play Among Us?
I played Among Us.
I know you're hot girl play Among Us. So when you guys play Among Us, who is most likely the imposter, and would you say that this Kira investigation is a gigantic game of Among Us?
Admittedly, I've only watched other people play Among Us.
He's not allowed to play because he gets too into it, and
But I
makes
think
it
it
not
would be a
fun for
really
anyone
fun
else.
idea for our next game night.
I think he's the most likely to be the imposter, and I think he'd spend the whole time being like, it's Light. Light's definitely an imposter, playing out like all these statistics that like no one knows where they're coming from. And then we'd all die because everyone listens to him for some reason.
Interesting.
Thank you. Are you usually the imposter?
I am not actually. I'm usually the supervisor, making sure people don't kill people because of playing Among Us. Not killing literally, that was a joke. That's a hyperbole.
It's maybe not something you should say in front of him.
It's a hyperbole. I have my hero license.
Okay. That doesn't mean anything.
Killing as a
Have you seen some of the people on your hero charts?
Can you come to our task force just to sass him? Because like, it's really great to see someone put him in his place.
If you have time to be bored at your hero agency, you do have time to come work on the task force. Just saying.
So my license is in Miyagi Prefecture. That's the one prefecture. Y'all got your own thing going on. We have our own thing going on.
So I should request a transfer.
Have you not seen Tomura Shigaraki? Have
See, that's what I thought.
That's what I thought.
Do you know what his real name is?
Does anyone know what like his face is without the hand? Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to know. But if you guys can take care of him, that'd be great.
I mean, you know, whoever Kira is, maybe that's something that
If he can get
he or she,
if they can get the League of Villains for us, rock on. But you didn't hear that from me. Don't tell all my.
that's not on record then. Hello.
Hi. Hypothetically, if Kira does end up
You have a
killing
lot of hypotheticals.
if Kira does end up killing all the criminals, do you think he would start killing citizens?
I mean, that's a good hypothetical question.
But can you truly run out of criminals?
Maybe not. Maybe. Who knows?
You know,
Not something I would like to test, actually.
it seems like the people who are following Kira, not myself personally, seem to think that once Kira has killed every criminal or stopped crimes, then Kira will stop killing people. Hypothetically.
I think someone's been given a taste of power and will not relinquish it.
Okay. So he says, yeah, he will die.
Thank you.
Follow-up question to her. Follow-up question to hers. Say if Kira did run out of criminals, do you think if Kira succeeds, do you think that they would like make it everything more strict? Like you litter and then you die? Would the expectations be a lot higher for people? To the point it's like more of a dictatorship?
Well, I think in order for Kira to be the dictator, we'd have to know who he is.
Is he not already a form of a dictator? He's already dictating who lives and dies by who he's killing.
Well, I think he'd have to like, he doesn't have any like real power aside from that though. Like people aren't like he can't like speak to what laws should be. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think Kira would form a dictatorship?
I think so.
Do you think so?
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to ask if we haven't still ruled out Yoshikage Kira because he does have a special ability called sheer heart attack, and if most of them have been dying of heart attacks, like, I think we should consider.
I mean, that is true. The fact that he's still alive is maybe a little bit suspicious. Thank you. Yeah, I think that's a very interesting point. Kira might be from the JoJo universe. Yes, that was a JoJo reference.
Again, I found out everyone who watched JoJo.
Yeah, so he like whenever I like that's how I get him to be quiet. Is I just put JoJo on, and he's just like, it's really great. Hello.
I have a question for Misa. What exactly do you do on the force?
I'm just there for light.
Yeah, but like, so you don't do anything?
No.
You're just there?
Yeah, for light.
So you can handcuff yourself to another person, but you can't keep somebody who doesn't do anything away from you?
Ooh, she is a little bit suspicion of sucking Kira. She does use a lot of electricity though. Your bills are getting high, ma'am.
I think you can afford them. I'm gonna go out on that limb.
That's not
That was a very.
Do you have any suspicions of Kira not being from your universe?
Before this interview, I did not. But after this interview, there are a lot of them. And apparently they can all get into wherever we are. So, you know, maybe.
I think that's highly likely. Someone in this panel also did say that they might be Kira, so I think that that's fairly possible too. Yeah, you're still here. Hi.
And she's in the task police force too.
I think you bring up a good point. Do you think you know who Kira is? Okay.
Follow-up question.
Yes.
From the universes that you do know, which universe do you think Kira would be from?
He's not from ours. I mean, we've discussed the possibility of JoJo. I've already insulted Dragon Ball Z fans, so I'm going to say no to that.
however, if they have all these powers and they're like half rabbit,
That's true.
Yeah, right.
who's to say some of them?
Who's
could
to say
not
that
possibly
Kira's ability could be a
Kira-esque
core?
abilities? I'm not accusing you.
We're not accusing you. I'm pretty sure that you know what you're doing.
So like, I was walking around and I kind of found like this book, so I'm trying to figure out like, maybe you guys can look at it. I don't
Yeah, you can bring that up here actually.
I don't, there's a feather for some reason.
Okay.
There you go.
Not him.
Yeah.
The,
I don't know. You want to touch this?
Yeah, there's some guy flying. I don't know. He was in here in the back
Is this
corner.
the part where we burn the magic book?
Can I touch the notebook?
So was that clown in the front row always here?
Oh, he's back there first.
Okay. Okay.
I don't see anybody with anything.
So we have maybe a hypothetical murder notebook that I know nothing about.
It says here, the human whose name is written in this notebook shall die. Should we write Tomura Shigaraki now?
No, we're not gonna write anything in the hypothetical murder notebook because then he can
ascertain that was not his real name anyway.
I don't know if we ascertain that. Is that not his real name?
Well, he's a villain.
I mean, we don't know what his face is though. Anyway,
Also,
like because the hand
did determine the hand.
what made you interested in this case?
Who's that to? Him? For Mel?
I pointed at me.
Okay. I didn't see that.
It's because you were looking. You were not giving.
Okay, I'm looking now.
Anyways. Murder without an immediately perceived, like, murder weapon is incredibly intriguing. Of course I want to try to solve that. Who else can put that on their resume?
Do you have a resume?
I don't need one.
I know that wasn't to me, but I think justice is very important. So I'm interested in finding out who this murderer is so that justice can prevail.
Justice or divine justice?
What?
You deflect a lot. That's suspicious.
I've been answering every question I've been asked. If anyone's been deflecting, it's been him.
But he makes a lot of sense.
What sense has he made?
No, let him keep talking. You gotta let all yours keep talking. It is reasons to say that I make sense.
I don't think you make a lot of sense, though. I think you put out a lot of wild accusations. A lot of these questions have been very hypothetical. So if I've been deflecting, it's been not to offend anyone, or not to speak for the entire task force.
You can speak for Matsuda.
I can speak. I don't think Matsuda knows anything. I don't know why you let Matsuda be on the task force to begin with.
We covered this earlier. He does things when I tell him to.
Okay, so you just like blind obedience. That's, if anything suspicious is that.
Would you rather be Misa's manager?
No.
Therefore, we have Matsuda.
Misa's only here because you're convinced that she might be a serial killer.
So you'd rather have her live at your house?
Where is that coming from? What?
Because she goes where you go. She's living in the building because you're living in the building.
Okay. You just whisper sus.
I think Misa's been able to stop things higher than I have.
Oh yeah, she's beating you on these like candy tower things.
I made a pyramid.
I'm glad to know that while I was like trying to answer everyone's questions honestly, you guys are playing with candy. That's really nice, reassuring for me as a part of this team. I think I'd like to quit and go to where the heroes are. They seem to have more things. There's another Misa. Okay.
Have we considered the possibility that L is deflecting the fact that he is Kira with his suspicious level of suspicion towards Letty?
Right, what she said.
Perhaps we need to chain a third person, a Misa. I think having a Misa chained to Light, that would help things a lot in the investigation.
I think if we're gonna follow your coil logic, Misa would be chained to L then, right? Misa.
Don't chain me to L.
Both of you?
Please chain me with you.
So at first you're sort of making sense, and now, Now your question confuses me.
I just really think Misa and Light should be chained together for the sake of the investigation, of course.
We are actually at time, so I can't get my opinion on that. Thank you for your question. But yeah, we are at time. So I think Misa wants to take a picture, a selfie with everyone in it, and then thank you for coming to our panel.